Hello, everyone. So my name is Mohamed Selim, and I'm co-PI of the ARA project and associate teaching professor in the ECE department here at Iowa State. So I'm going to present today the empowering of education with ARA and mainly how we can use ARA in the classroom. So the first thing, we know that like ARA is mainly used for research, right? But at the same time, any instructor anywhere can use it for education. The only thing that they can do is just like, create a project, use any of the experiments that we have, as you can see here on our website, and it's easy, right? So this is why actually, again, we are trying now to take a further step to help instructors actually to, have materials and other things. So the first thing we did is we had dedicated web page for our ARA in education. So this is actually the web page, and at the same time took other steps, for example, to have customized experiments actually for classroom. So for example, most of the time for the classroom, we need more instruction for students rather than researchers. So we try to customize actually, a lab document that is going to tell the specifically what to do and going step by step, especially for undergrad students. So we tried also to prepare lab templates. So for example, there is a lab report template so that the instructor can use that directly and give it to the students and, hey, just do that, take those screenshots, put them in the lab template, and that's right. And also we prepared solution for those lab templates. So for example, again, instructors actually will just have like everything, screenshots, everything ready for their TAs to compare and, make grading easier for them. Also, we are providing technical support to research, so instructors, TAs can reach us if they have any problem, if they have any issue, actually, any student is facing like a specific problem, TA is not able to resolve it, they can actually contact us directly and we can help with that. So this is here our web page. As you can see it, you can access it from the QR code here. But at the same time, we just introduce like our efforts with education for undergraduates and graduates. And then actually we are looking into, providing different experiments that can be used by instructors. For sure, again, if you are teaching a wireless course or if teaching wireless security and so on and so forth. So we are trying to develop modules actually to be able to attract more instructors and at the same time to be suitable for more courses, not only like 1 or 2 courses. So this is why once you go to this page and try to go to any of those modules, you will find inside actually labs that you can start exploring. But at the same time, actually, we are trying to make sure that if you go to module 5, you will find AI experiments that we have, and at the same time we are trying like some information that can be helpful for students, especially if they are reading for the first time about the OA, or it is only introduced in the class and then after that they have to read more. Also, we are adding some questions and other things just to make sure that everything is ready. So this is actually the experiment, the lab setup, and everything. Also, there are questions, as you can see here. So also the instructor utilize that. We started actually this effort back in spring 2024. So we already actually utilized ARA in 3 different. One of them networking courses, and the others are wireless security courses. One for undergrad students, and the other for and what we found there that students actually are interacting. They love the hands-on experience that they are getting, which is coupled with anything that we teach actually during lecture. So here's an example actually. When we are introducing cellular networks, tell students, hey, there is what's called the IMSI, right? And then we just go into IMSI and say, oh, the first 3 digits, you have the mobile country code, MCC, 2 or 3 digits, the MNC, and so on. So once we actually give them the lab, right, and start to explore that while using ARA, we ask some questions like, okay, can you find where is the MCC or where is the MNC? So this is Also for security courses, we are using, the encryption, stuff like that. And then from actually is the bearer, right? So again, we asked them during, that lab experiment, can you extract that from your experiment, right? So this is actually from a student lab report. And as you can see, they are able to extract the IMI and, the bearer also can answer some questions. Their answers here are in red. And here they can even identify from the IMI, they can identify where are the MCC and or MNCs. So they can actually extract all those information from. Just a sample from the report that we are having. We are just putting here for the instructor to know who is doing this lab. Having procedures here, for example, received single plots, insert a screenshot here after running code or this experiment and whatever, right? And at the same time, as I told you, we are also preparing the solution, right? So the other thing, here is the solution for this lab template, and then we provide that to the instructor. Those material actually are not posted into the website because we deliver that to the instructor directly. We are not putting that into the website, the experiment itself, right? And then everything else, the resources that we only send to an instructor. They are interested to, do that or, use ARA in their courses. And one of the things actually, using ARA, you can use it as one lab actually within a course, right? For example, one of the courses I teach is networking course, right? I only have one chapter at the end, which is exploring wireless. So at this point, actually, I give one lab in this course related to wireless, right? Other courses, for example, in wireless security, I have different modules. Is cellular networks, right? So most of the ARA, when I go to other modules, for example, Wi-Fi and so on, I try to find another platform, try to make sure that they are not only having hands with, living lab networks, actually similar to the ARA platform. This is also for graduate students. Actually, we asked them to have a final project. We told them, feel free to use any platform and try to come up with your own experiment, get instructor approval, and start doing that. So one of them actually worked on simulating and detecting jamming attacks on cellular using the ARA platform. And from this project, actually, you can find here that the students started to use our sandbox, and they used here as a UE, use this here into an eNode V, and then here a jamming node. And from there, the experiment by just having communication between the UE, and then after that, they started to have transmission from that jamming node and started to capture some data and then presented that. So this is also another thing that we are trying to not only those experiments that you have to do this experiment with those steps. We also try to ask them, after using the ARA platform for multiple labs during the semester, now try to use it actually to do your own project, right? And try to invent the idea how I'm going to use the ARA platform. This is part actually of students' feedback. I'm not going to read everything, but as you can see, of them actually are talking about the hands-on, right? Here's also the hands-on experiment learning. This one actually is saying that they were very helpful at solidifying information presented in the lecture. So we are trying to actually make sure that whatever we have presented during lecture, we try to find a suitable lab that we can use ARA or even any other platform actually that can present what we are teaching in our classroom. So if you are interested in using our application, the only thing you have to do is just to go to our web page that I presented before. At the same time, if you go to ARA wireless.org, you can find it directly here. So if you would like to find it, once you do the ARA in education, you will find at the end this, or even you can scan this QR code and then submit the ARA education instructors sign up form. And this form actually, once you sign it up, we are going to contact you and start actually to present everything you want, or feel free to contact me directly and we can together on finding suitable labs for your course and starting using it with your platform. So I think this is all from my side. So if there are any questions for this.
Very good. Thank you, Selim. Any other questions, thoughts? If I may maybe take a poll, I know most professors teach, right? But for our students here, how many of you have served as TA or is currently a TA by any chance? 2, 3. Good, we have quite a, yeah, so you can even talk to a professor if anyone would be interested, would love to work. I think this, in fact, I was thinking as you talk, somehow I forgot to mention this. This may well be one area that we can really focus on. I think where, we, in a way, many ways, I think education is just such an important mission for everyone involved. So yeah, look forward to maybe hear some of you and see how, this could be useful.
Yeah, another thing I would like that we are still developing other labs that can, adapted in classrooms. And at the same time, we can also work with you to have like, a lab that is going to be used in classroom, your classroom. We will put that into our website and give the credit to you. So like, this lab was created by, this professor in this university. So we are open also for that. I'm sorry, the mic's there. We will take his question and then return back.
That's a very good initiative. Thank you for putting it together. I have 2 simple questions. One is about the business model. Is it for free to use the testbed?
Yes, any US university is free to use.
Okay. Second question is, how does it work with like allocation? So let's say that I have a lab on a Tuesday, 2 p.m., and I want to do a synchronous module with the students on the lab. Can I reserve the resources in advance for a specific time?
So you have to coordinate with our team, especially like, the size of your class, because we have to look into, our resources and is it like going to be sufficient, or we're going to have like groups that are going to work on specific time. So most of the time we have to, coordinate with each other. Some experiments that no coordination is needed, especially if it is using the indoor platform that we have. So most of the time it's okay, but outdoor resources actually are limited. So this is why we need coordination in order to do that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Maybe just to understand a bit, when you say live lab, like are there like any of the labs that has to be live, or just want to ask
I was just thinking at the moment. So yeah, I could see like that some labs could be asynchronous, right? So you give the students the instructions and they do it themselves. But I was just curious if there's that possibility of having a synchronous lab as well.
Yeah, probably it's really more about scalability. I think at this point, we can probably try to, if there's a strong need for that, we can see how that may take place. But in general, it's a little bit tougher because it's one test bed for the whole community. But I think for special occasions, we can definitely look into that. If I may go back to one of the earlier questions about whether things are free or not, right? So in general, this is funded by NSF. That's why it's kind of openly available to academic institutions. Of course, it does take a resource. We need to figure out, how we can work together to get sponsorship somewhere, because all the students, staff team, they actually need the support. So.
Oh, and thank you, Mohamed. This is great work. Actually, I've been to many conferences and asking about different labs for wireless courses and so forth. I would suggest to have more, I would say marketing in IEEE and others, because many instructors ask me too. They don't know. It's pretty hard to, to have a live lab in your institute. I think it's this great idea, and maybe different university can contribute, improve the labs and different ideas and so forth. This is great. I'm going to participate for sure, but this is good. I'm going to do also some marketing for it. This is great work. I appreciate it.
Yeah, great. Thank you. That's good to hear. Actually, in the afternoon, we have a session, a parallel session, maybe for the artists, for the folks who may not need to be in the training session, we can chat. Well, we can have a separate time to chat. I think it does seem like one area we can probably get some early engagement support. Yeah.